We don't need to expand Social Security, says my a guy I follow quite a bit, Andrew Biggs. He's writing in the National Review via Yahoo Finance or finance.yahoo.com. So, or news, excuse me. Let's take a look what Andrew says. Remember, Andrew was on the, I think, the trustee of the Social Security Administration, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. And I follow Andrew quite a bit. I'm a big fan of his. Let's see if he's got his. I guess not. Anyway, I thought it would say who he. No. Anyway, Andrew Biggs is a good guy. I follow him quite a bit. He's of the opinion that there is no retirement crisis. Could not agree more. Few issues better illustrate the leftward shift of American economic policy than Social Security. In the late 90s, moderate Democrats such as Moynihan from New York and Bro from Louisiana proposed fixing Social Security through a combination of tax increases and benefit cuts. Good boy. It's funny, Moynihan was not considered a moderate back in the 60s. That's kind of funny. Including lower cost of living adjustments and increased retirement age. These are on the Democrat side. Republicans favored fixing Social Security deficit using benefit cuts alone. Today, President Trump, no cuts position is to the left of those Democrats. Oh, yeah, but okay. And even the most moderate Democrat candidate for president, Biden, speaking at ARP Iowa Forum, insisted we should be increasing, not decreasing Social Security. In reality, expanding Social Security is a multi-trillion solution to a problem that doesn't exist. The shift in sentiment on Social Security reflects a change in priorities. In the 90s, policymakers largely saw Social Security as a budgetary challenge, with rising retirement costs pushing up taxes or squeezing out other government programs. Today, Americans are increasingly concerned that Social Security will fail to provide income stability for retirees. 75% of Americans agree that the nation faces a retirement crisis, according to the National Institute of Retirement Security. Of course they do, because the National Institute of Retirement Security will solve it. Politicians have responded to these fears, with Trump pledging to maintain Social Security benefits despite the program's looming insolvency. Elizabeth Warren and Sanders promised benefit cuts, benefit increases to rich and poor alike, financed by dramatically higher taxes. Almost no one is asking whether these fears of retirement crisis are justified, though, and whether expanding Social Security outweighs all the other competing use for federal dollars. But new data from the three trusted government agencies that the answer to both questions is almost no. While Social Security requires some changes to ensure solvency and to better protect against poverty in old age, Americans' retirement incomes and retirement savings have never been stronger. Last summer, CBO released new data based on IRS tax returns that provide a more accurate view of changing household incomes. From 1979 through 2016, the salary of working-age households grew by 39% alone, above inflation, From 1979 to 2016, the salaries of working-age households grew 39% above inflation. But over that same period, incomes for households whose members are 65 and older grew by 90%, or twice as fast as that above inflation. Over the past 3 decades, seniors have gone from being a disproportionately poor segment of the population to a rich one. I completely agree with that. By itself, this undercuts the case for across-the-board benefit increases to Social Security. But working age Americans aren't saving enough for retirement, right? Not according to the Federal Reserve's new distributional financial accounts. I'm not familiar with that. Which calculates households' total retirement savings, including both money saved in retirement accounts and any benefits owed from a traditional pension. Across all age groups, retirement savings have at least doubled relative to the salaries those savings must replace once Americans retire. Among households 55 to 69, retirement savings grew from 232% of annual earnings in 1989 to 471% in 2016. For households 40 to 54, which is my age bracket, pension entitlements rose from 88% to 212% of average annual earnings. So that's pretty good. Finally, new figures generated by the SSA confirm that no retirement crisis in the offing. At my request, the SSA used a detailed computer model to project replacement rates for current and future retirees, which represent income as a percentage of pre-retirement earnings. The Social Security model finds that Americans born between 1926 and 1935 had a median retirement income equal to 111% of their inflation-adjusted career average earnings. Only 25% of those retirees had replacement rates below 75%. Now, fast forward to Generation Xers. I think that's me, right? Born between 66 and 74. The Social Security model projects that the median Generation Xer will have a retirement income replacement rate of 115%, with only 23% of those falling below 75%. These are the best projections available to the federal government, developed over 2 decades at a cost of millions of dollars. They do not indicate anything like the retirement crisis that the Americans are being told they face. Oh, right. Yep. Okay, let's keep going. This is exact. The National Institute for Retirement Security. The retirement savings debate is skewed by the fact that almost no one has the incentive to tell the straight truth. Progressives dislike Americans' decentralized personal savings rate. I get 100%. So the good news is ignored. The financial industry is in the business of selling American investments, so it's not likely to say that the Americans have saved enough already. The group says the National Institute for Retirement Security which is a research arm of the public sector pension industry, fight changes to public employee pensions by arguing that everyone else's retirement benefits are inadequate. And even many researchers who understand there's no retirement crisis may be reluctant to say so for fear of weakening incremental returns to plug holes in 401k participation or to boost employees' contribution rates. Now, I actually think a lot of these people, many researchers, are actually going to, let's put it this way, lots of research have more than one job. Let's just say like that. So Merrill Lynch might hire a researcher to propose that people need to save more, and Merrill Lynch will pay that researcher beaucoup bucks. That's for French. That means a lot if you speak French like I do. Beaucoup, parlez-vous Francois, French. And yet the researchers, let's just put it this way, if the research won't get hired by Merrill Lynch if the researcher promotes like Andrew Biggs is here that there is no retirement crisis, just like climate change is the same thing. What's in it for the climate scientists? Tons are in it for it. They won't get put on CNBC. They won't get put on CNN. They won't. I mean, look, fear sells, man. That's all there is to it. But an ill-considered pledge to expand Social Security can lead to no good. Either Social Security is expanded at great cost to the federal budget and a loss to other competing priorities such as health and education, or the pledge is tossed aside once the election is passed and Americans become even more cynical about the political process. I agree. Good stuff. Let's see what the reactions are. Next year, my Social Security will be 1.6. Part B raises by 7. My sewer bill will raise by 19%. That is the amount of average Social Security as a COLA raise. What about all the other costs I've risen? Yeah, but look here. All right, I've already done a video on this. So look, if you got a 1.6% raise on $2,000 and you got a 7% raise on $135, you're still making more money on the 1.6%. You're not losing money because of Medicare raises. It's just this is nuts. The author chooses to use averages for portraying the economic health of our seniors in a time of record income inequality. This does not begin to capture the crux of the problem. Our bigger problem is that those in the lower and lower middle class have not kept pace. All right, if it comes to Social Security, whatever. Social Security was put in income for the economically challenged, and it has been. Ever notice that people make arguments about privatizing, reducing, or slowing the growth of Social Security? All these people are so rich they wouldn't even have notice if Social Security income just went away. Is that him? Such a simple solution. Do not cap Social Security tax. No, that is not a simple solution. That's a silly solution. That won't do anything at all. What I just say is raise the payroll tax by $35 per person, done per paycheck, and you're done. All right, so these guys are all just nuts. But okay, there you go. My man Andrew Biggs, I love it. I agree 100%. And we will look at this right here. Distributional financial accounts. Let's take a gander, shall we? Ooh, so I can't wait. Ooh, now this is going to be fun. Interactive data visualizations. Explore the distribution of wealth over time. Let's take a look. All right. It's loading. Oh, man. All right. That's fantastic. Now, is this something I could save to my... I wonder if I could save this to my blog. That's pretty cool. All right. So there you go. There you have it. No need to fix it because it ain't broke. We'll see you.